Hi, my name is Tammy, and I'm a graduate student pursuing a teaching certification for K-12 visual arts. I love teaching art to children because it's such a crucial part of their academic education, and creativity really does play out in different areas of life after high school and even after college. I'm currently a literacy teacher for fourth graders in a volunteer program, and I'm also an art teacher in the same program. And while the classes are different, I bring literacy into the art class and art into the literacy class. The volunteer program is a really great opportunity for me to practice my presentation skills and knowledge application, and for me, I really enjoy what I teach. Reading from David Burgess's book, Teach Like a Pirate, it was a really good reminder for me about passion and enthusiasm. One thing that children are especially good at is seeing how involved a teacher is. When you're not interested as a teacher, students aren't either. And David talks a lot about content passion and professional passion in his first chapter. I think it's really important for teachers to not forget why they entered the field of teaching and to keep a fire sparked. Another emphasis that David talks about is the power of collaboration. So I co-teach the art class with the science teacher because I believe in this day and age it really just makes sense to show students that there are connections between science, art, math, and different content areas. One trend that is happening nowadays is something called STEAM, and I try to incorporate different content areas with art in each assignment in my curriculum. So each assignment not only includes creating art, but we also read or speak about how engineering can be used to create an art piece like a pinball machine, for example. Speaking and listening are incredibly important skills, not only just in art but in every content area. In class I'll have my students talk about their work, their process, their thinking and their intent. Sometimes students will talk individually and sometimes they will talk in groups. In the visual arts field in particular, it really is inevitable that as artists they will need to defend their work, they will need to know how to talk and how to listen. In most, if not all of my assignments, I will incorporate reading and writing. For example, our current art assignment is creating a winter mural, and in this assignment I teach kids the different elements of art to help them expand their art vocabulary. Then they have the fun task of creating a class mural depicting a winter landscape, which allows them to work as a team, and the last part of the assignment is writing a story based on their landscape. So who is in it, what is happening, what time of day is it, and at the end of the next class I am going to have my students speak about their work and their thought process as well as any elements they used in their work, so they are incorporating what they've learned from my class. Michelangelo, a famous Renaissance artist, once said, "A man paints with his brains and not with his hands." I'd like to conclude that Michelangelo was praising the thought process behind the work and not necessarily the finished piece. In the same way, I do believe true learning comes from having a concept and finding different ways to solve the problem. And part of that problem solving comes from having an abundance of literacy skills. So when I'm teaching, I'm not necessarily teaching just technical skills because in my experience it is easier for students to grasp technical skills than conceptual thinking. In order to understand art literacy, students need to be equipped in every aspect, whether it's understanding how to talk about the art, reading about different artists and movements, or writing reflections about techniques. Literacy and art really are not separate skills that need to be learned in different classrooms because everything is related and students should be taught that everything is related.